It's the MagicGatheringStrat Show. It's a show about a magic podcast. Hello, everybody. It's me, Brennon, your lovable host. Along with me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Sam, the Vault Boy Hunter. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, everybody.
And Dan, the fan of history.
It's Dan the Man, podcasting to you from Sweden, all across the Atlantic Ocean.
Coming to you live on WXBC Radio.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got going on today? We got some Standard Pauper, even though it is in the Worlds. We sometimes take a break around this time, but we took a break a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to keep on trucking. But we got some new brews for everybody to use in our weeks in review. Also, the PTC coverage. If they are finished, we'll try to go over that, but they are currently in the midst of ending that, so we'll find out soon enough. So let's get started with a little bit of Standard Pauper. That's right, it was the SPDC Worlds for Season 28. 10 players, 10 reported, thank you very much. 3 rounds of Swiss Top 4 playoff hosted by the lovely Dr. Chris Baker. First place was Red Aggro by Gumi1. I have never seen that user before. Have you guys seen Gumi1 before?
I think I have.
I think I've seen him around, but
Yeah, not someone I'm familiar with, but, congratulations. Is It Blitz version 2 by Dr. Chris Baker. The Blue Red by Bigby. Another Is It. And also KSCO Merchant by Pepiru. I don't know what that KSCO stands for. Do you guys know?
no.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Let's take a look at the winning deck. It is a deck after my own heart. It is mono red.
Pure violence.
You got the pure, unadulterated violence. It's really nice. The Crowan Crusader, Nyxborn Rollicker. Don't see that too often. Borderland Marauder, Satyr Hoplite, Minotaur Skull Cleaver, Mardu Scout, yay, Scout, the Surfing Monkey, and Goblin Heel Cutter. You have 19 mountains. For spells, you have Dragon Mantle, Lightning Strike, Titan Strength, Magma Spray, Inferno Fist, Barrage of Boulders, and Hammer Hand. Wow. You're right. It is violence straight up in there.
Somebody just crushed me with this deck so bad that I posted a video on the reserve channel. It might have been Gumi1, actually. I have to check now.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You got Forged Devils for the mirror, Scouring Sands for tokens, Bathe in Dragonfire to get stuff out of the way, Barrage of Boulders.
Isn't Barrage of Boulders when you have Ferocious, they can't block? Or
Yes. Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's what happened to me.
Wow. That is unfortunate.
All my Grey Merchants and stuff that couldn't block.
I expand on that theme later on in the show with my new deck. Well, really just a revision of an older deck. Collateral Damage, which I love. Active Treason. How often is that useful? Have you guys found a use for that? The times I've played Standard Pauper recently, it'd be nice to have some of them, but I don't know. There's not as...
It could probably seal the deal against the big red-green deck or something like that.
Yeah, okay. And Krinko's Enforcer, because Intimidate is real.
Seems slow.
It is. It's, 3 for a 2/2?
Yeah, I wish it was Blade Tusk 4 instead. But Blade Tusk is not legal in Standard, which is weird because Krinko hasn't been around for a couple core sets now. So I don't know why the themed creature got the reprint over the non-themed one.
Oh,
but
I see what you mean.
yeah, it's kind of strange.
That is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in M13.
But maybe it's just because they didn't want it to be a 3-2. A 2-2 is good enough.
Yeah, it was good in M15 Limited.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's take a look at an opening hand. Surprisingly enough, you have a mountain. And another mountain. Titan Strength. It's a great card. Lightning Strike, love it already. The Mardu Scout.
That's just too good.
We need a 1-drop.
Surfing Monkey. Oh, got a Hill Cutter. Another one. Nope, 2 Hill Cutters.
Oh.
You're starting off slow, but I'm afraid I'd probably have to keep it.
Man, those 2 Hill Cutters, though, if that was any other card for that second Hill Cutter, I would feel really good.
Okay, then what if it was just that on your mulligan?
I would keep that.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's probably strong enough to keep.
So, you do this. Now, let's take a look at the curve and kind of see what we're dealing with. You're dealing with a ton of 1-drops, so the odds of getting a 1-drop, very high. But a lot of those 1-drops are pump. So, anyway, let's take a look at the next 6. There's a mountain.
Ooh.
Yep.
Good.
You do need it, but there you go.
Finally.
There's your Crusader.
There's the creature guaranteed to die the moment you play it.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Satyr Hoplite. Look at
The
that.
1-drops.
You got your 1-drops. Ooh, another mountain. Happens. But you got a Lightning Strike and some card draw and a Dragon Mantle. I don't know. I'm thinking this probably gets you where you want to go. Because turn 2, you have the option with that Lightning Strike to destroy whatever the opponent has played by this turn, if you want to. Or you can just zoom out the Goblin Scout or the Mardu Scout and just drive in for as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think playing the Scout out at a certain point is actually all that bad. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that, so no, I think it looks like a good top 13 or whatever, so I'm sure Gumi probably kept a lot of hands that look like that, so.
Looked very slow and easy to control for a control deck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you look at the top 4, though, was there a lot of control in there? Not particularly. I mean,
The last one was a Merchant Cruise deck, right?
Yeah.
The blue-red third place could have been a control deck.
it was probably just the is it Blitz that's been going around, though, because it's super
harsh
popular.
tokens. There you go.
Okay, no, this is not.
Oh no, that's the SP. That's SPD7. Excuse me. Let's get to Worlds. Here we go. Yeah, Merchant Cruise, the Kesko.
So look at the UR deck. Big bees.
What we got? Flurry, Lightning, Magma. Ooh.
Oh, it is control.
It is all control.
I mean, Gumi did lose one match. I imagine he probably lost it to this or to the Merchant deck.
He lost to the Merchant deck because Chris Baker beat this one.
Yep. Let's see what decks he lost to. Only lost one. Yeah, to UR. Look at that.
Yeah.
He was banking on there being little control. Boring Rixes. Oh, Roberto.
Yeah, Roberto went 0-3. He had emailed me because I was like, "Good luck in Worlds," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm already done." On his Twitter page, he's like, "Yeah, I'm already done." It wasn't very long.
He loves his 3-color decks.
He sure does.
That he does, and Pauper is just not that friendly to 3 colors.
And Gumi 1 will punish you if you stumble.
Oh, for even a moment.
Yep.
You make the wrong block or you destroy the wrong thing.
Or you don't find your 3rd color.
Ugh. You can get real screwed real quick. All right. Well, let's talk about our weeks in review. Sam, have any announcements or anything you wanted to bring up on the show today?
I updated my queue for Dragons. I'm going to go down and draft it on Thursday. So
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to that. I've been starting to think about the new Standard Pauper format. So I've been trying to brew around that, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And I've been thinking more about Classic Pauper because it feels like it could swing back to being kind of a fair format without crews around again. So I'm trying to think of things to do for that. So nothing too solid yet, though. So
that's cool.
Yep.
But speaking of, you sent me this list of Mardu tokens. The thing that stands out to me is the singleton creature. Unless I missed something, I believe you are heavy into the token generators.
Yeah, I like the Outcast because it is the only 3 casting costs. There's the Mardu raid guy that makes a token if you've raided.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want any interaction if I can avoid it. It's an Impact Tremors deck, which is the 1 red, 1 colorless. Whenever you play a creature, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
So it really is just set up, poop out a bunch of tokens with a couple of Tremors on board, and then you have Harsh Sustenance and 2 Foul Tongue Shrieks for backup win conditions. And then Read the Bones. Basically, everything else is produces tokens. I just wanted something not interactive at all, and it really is about as least interactive as I could come up with. It's a shell. I don't think really anything at this time is going to be too solid, just because everything is brand new. But definitely something that I'm going to try to play around with. So,
right. Would you consider Heliod's Pilgrim to search out that?
It only searches auras.
Auras, dang it.
Yeah, I wish that would be crazy good, but
banana nuts.
Yeah, but unfortunately not.
Oh well.
Has there been a card has there been a card like Impact Tremors before?
Not in Standard Pauper, really. There's been,
anywhere.
Like, Razor Tip Whip was something that we've had to play previously to combat non-interactive decks, but no, I haven't really seen. There was
I guess Shared Animosity is the closest thing I can think of right now.
There was a card in Gate Crash that you could tap a gate to deal 1 damage to target opponent, but it was an uncommon.
Nothing that did damage for a creature that entered play. That's an interesting effect.
There was the Saproling pen. Oh, I can't remember the name of that enchantment. It was a red enchantment that dealt damage. Pandemonium? Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, that creature's controller may have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature or player of its choice. That's the only thing that pops to my head being similar. And that's all playback with the Saproling Bloom.
That's and that's both sides, whereas Impact Tremors only affect your opponent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Impact Tremors seems a lot better.
Oh, no kidding.
And it's a common, so we get to actually play with it, which is pretty neat. And I know it's there for like dash decks to give dash reach, but I mean, it turns a lot of these cards, a lot of the token producers into fireballs and stuff. So
I already received a Patreon request for Classic Pauper to play an Impact Tremor deck, but I haven't played it yet.
For Classic Pauper?
Yeah.
I don't know if it has the chops for Classic Pauper, does it?
I think it's a totally unique effect to the format then, so it's an open question.
This. The only things, look at this that I can find. this is Constellation.
Yeah, but at forecasting cost.
Right, and look at this. This bad boy who is warping Commander.
Yeah.
When a creature enters, does 2 damage to each opponent. That's just to yep. And this is 1 damage to each opponent. I don't know, man. I don't think they've put anything like this.
I'm definitely interested, even for Classic Pauper.
That's really cool.
It's not like it's hard to spew out a lot of creatures in Classic Pauper.
Oh, right.
I mean,
especially if you
imagine that.
Especially if you use the that's those Selesnya things that don't even require casting, that you can just.
Or, I mean, out of the board in a Goblins deck or something like that, just for extra reach.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do, I mean, it has to come into play, but, I mean, you're pooping out a lot of Goblins most of the time. I'm sorry that I keep using the term pooping out, but, I mean, that's what you're doing. So.
You do have a lot of I thought about that too today, because somebody was talking, I think I was listening to the Limited Resource, or the Constructed Resources podcast, and they were talking about someone used something with impact tremors. And I thought that same thing. I was thinking, oh man, could you imagine like a vintage goblin deck that just goes, or even elves deck that just goes elf, or goblin, goblin. And then you're just doing 1 damage, not even targeted, or does the each imply target? I'm always confused about that.
I don't think it targets.
The problem for elves in Classic Pauper would be that you have the mob rule. That is a lot better top deck in the mid game, and you really don't want to spend time casting impact tremors before you poop out all the elves. Now I said it too.
Excellent. It's catching on, folks.
Yeah.
Well, that's very interesting.
But the white tokens list that have been running rampant when Mono Black Control wasn't around, Battle Screech.
Wow, Battle Screech is way better than Triplicate Spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Or just the I forget the name, the card that sends enlistment.
Oh,
yeah. 2 guys and 2 damage every turn.
Yeah, the retrace one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Well, very cool. All right, Dan, do you have any announcements that you would like to talk about this week?
Yeah, I think I'm all over the place. Game of Thrones is starting on April 12th, Season 5. I'm doing the Game of Thrones podcast, Game of Thrones chat. It's on iTunes, and it's on Hard Nerd Cafe. Doing it with Power T. And we did the pre-season show now, and I feel that we have improved a lot since last season. So please come and chat Game of Thrones with us.
Yeah, I felt the Skype conversation, believe it or not, kind of flowed a little bit more.
Yeah, now we are recording sitting on one side over the Yetis. We are live.
Oh, over the Yetis. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if you were in the same room, but I guess you were.
Yeah, that's cool. Why the sound quality was even. We are also close to the $200 Patreon goal for MagicGatheringStrat.
Wow.
And that would mean monthly leagues. So the leagues are now bi-monthly, but we're close to monthly leagues.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
If you're not a patron yet, please become one at patreon.com/MagicGatheringStrat. The last goal we reached, the latest goal we reached was the limited. So now I played Dragons of Tarkir, and I think I love the format. It's hot dragon on dragon action. So I had 3 or 4 dragons my first draft.
Nice.
And that was fun. I had the Deathbringer Regent. That was really fun. But more complicated than I expected.
That guy, the second round, he had just enough stuff to keep him in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I kept going, okay, Dan's going to put them away, and then he would, like, play the command, or he would just do something just enough to keep you off.
Right, just that tiny little bit.
It was so frustrating.
Blue-black seems to be the dominant archetype so far.
I know that's what Marshall and LSV like to draft.
Yeah. So I'll be looking for that next time.
But yeah, I don't know, it was like 2 a.m. and I doubt I couldn't have done better. I think you were doing exceptional.
It looks like an awesome format, actually.
Yeah.
So with the morphs still in there, with the megamorphs, and I think I played green-black, which is not one of the dragon guilds, clans thing.
Oh, right, go Gary.
But I think you can play the off-color combinations as well. And I'm a fan of green-black from core sets and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you were in it to win it, like, the whole time. I thought your deck was strong. I didn't think that you were just overwhelmed by anyone.
Yeah, I was sort of handed the black stuff. They passed me a lot of black things.
Yeah, I thought that too. It was so funny because I realized at the same time you did. You were like, oh my god, black is so open.
Yeah, I had to cut removal spells. That's not very common.
That's crazy.
That's a hard life, folks, when you have to cut removal spells.
Otherwise, I have the most interesting deck last week. I'm playing Pauper, Standard Pauper, Modern every week, as per the Patreon. And I've now collected the all-in Allies deck, and I find in Modern, and I find it really strong. Hardened Scales put Allies over the top right before we are getting more Allies in September.
I hope we do.
I think Allies is safe that it's going to come. That's going to be a mechanic that comes back.
I think Mark Rosewater has almost said so in his podcast that Allies was one of the most loved mechanics in Zendikar. It was underused. He should have put Allies in Rise of the Eldrazi, and now is his chance to put in Allies again. And that will, of course, improve the Allies deck. So...
And the thing about Allies to me is, besides watching you and Baba play, I've never played with Allies, but they just seem to work so well. Baba has played a couple different decks with Allies, and so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I played it a lot in Pauper, and there it was never any good, really, but Hardened Scales changes everything, so that really improved it. Put an extra +1 counter, +1/+1 counter every time you put a +1/+1 counter on something. So suddenly your allies are like 7/7s very soon.
That is nuts.
And then Aether Vials, you can play 2 of them.
I just wish Aether Vial was affordable in paper.
Oh, it's ridiculously expensive. I wanted one for my cube. I'm like, it's $22. No cube, sorry.
Oh.
You don't get one. But it's Garrett. Yeah. I would have to say it's going to get Modern Masters 2 reprinted again. I mean,
I don't think so.
Really? They did it in the first one.
I think they are hard pressed to reprint any of the rares in Modern Masters 2 because there are so many other rares that needs to be reprinted. But so if they do, Aether Vial is one of the top candidates, of course.
I mean, I think the reason we don't see it more often.
Expensive.
I think that's the reason we don't see it more often is that there's just not a ton of them out there for people to play. So I think it could be a more format-defining card. It's just it can't be with the current amount of them out. So
that reminds me of another activity I've been doing lately. I have been selling stuff like crazy. All the Tempest stuff before the spoiler arrived, and for Tempest Remastered on Magic Online. And the modern stuff is just so dangerous to own the modern rares right now because if they are reprinted, the prices just collapse for the rares.
Yeah, it's the reason I have not bought Goblin Guide for my modern burn deck.
And no matter what people think, the mythics also collapse except the very chase one. And I think the printing of this Modern Masters will be huge compared to the printing of the last ones. I think Goif is coming down as well.
Yeah. It's true. I agree with your words.
Yeah, and poor Karn. I managed to sell him instantly when I saw the spoiling, but he will be cheap for a while.
It's good for those chasing him in paper, though.
Yeah, it's just one deck that wants him, so...
right.
Yeah, the red-green Tron.
It's a very popular deck, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw somebody playing green-black Tron at the... at my... blah, 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 what's it called?
Local shop.
Local shop, yep. Up there at Insane Comics in the Colony.
I think there's been a lot of experimentation with green-white Tron, and I can see a case for that, but the argument for playing red-green Tron in Modern is that you get to play the best dual land in Modern. And the games you lose, you often lose on 1, 2, 3 life. So being able to play a Taiga pretty much, which is what the Grow of the Burn Willows is in Modern, it's so powerful. So it's easy to overlook that 1 point of damage here and there, but it's such a powerful card.
Right.
Trying to think. I know. Tom the Scud had put up somebody 3-1 one of the daily events playing I can't remember the name of the color combination. Jund Tron
In Pauper.
In Pauper.
Wow.
And it was insane. He had responded back to the Twitter like it wasn't like Combotron because in those colors it wouldn't be Combotron. Let me see. I'll just see if I can find his response back. Satyr Wayfinder, Mulch, Angler, Tronlands, Eggs and Prisms, Hooting Mandrills, some Burn, and some Crushers.
Oh.
Wow.
So, I mean, it sounds like...
Why does it need to be Tron?
Yeah, I don't get the Tronlands with that, but, I mean, if that's what he wanted to do, who are we to take it away from him?
Yeah, reminds me of the good old mono red Tron lists.
Ha! Mono red Tron.
Awesome.
Earth Rift has gone up again, so Tron decks are popular in Pauper.
Wow. Huh. Interesting. All right, Dan. I believe you have some updates.
Yeah, Gary's Cruise then. I have been cutting for Rika's Cure, in contrary to what the creator of the deck has said. I think that Debilitating Injury deals with bigger creatures as well, which is the main argument for it. It also adds to Devotion then, if cast on a big creature. But that's not the big thing. I also cut one creature for another injury. And then I think we need to respect the power of Anticipate. So I cut the Divinations and one Peel from Reality for 4 Anticipates. This is still untested, but if it's good enough for Standard, it's probably good enough for Standard Pauper. Nobody plays Divination anymore in Standard. It's all Anticipate.
I'm in love with the card. I don't even know why. I just everything about it I like. I like looking at 3 cards and picking one. I feel like I have so much choice.
I think it is deceptively similar to Preordain and Ponder, but it costs 2 mana, and that's a world difference.
Yeah. It's an instant speed, though, and I think, doesn't that give it something?
I think the big... It probably does in other decks than this one, but this is a tap-out control deck, so you don't gain a lot of improvement for having an instant. Of course,
it's not as strong in the tap-out control, but my one gripe about Anticipate is I wish it put the cards you didn't pick to the yard. I just wish that. It would just make it so much better. It's a great card. It just could be better.
Then it would be amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yep, very cool. But yeah, I like it. I agree with your Anticipate and the Debilitating Injury. I think they are good choices.
So this will be the next time I play Gary's Cruise. This will be the version.
Very cool. Oh, can we start? I think we can start playing that tomorrow after downtime.
We can already play it.
Yeah, they made it legal as of the 1st.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can play cards.
If you want to buy
now.
17-cent Anticipates.
Yeah, Anticipate's the only expensive card out of the set if you go to like MTGO Traders. Yeah. Everything else is 1 or 2 cents, so...
I gotcha. Okay. Well, very cool. All right. Well, that brings us to me. Announcements. Yes, I am getting ready to update my Pauper Cube.
Ooh.
With the dragons. Yep. I just finished. I finally got all the cards I needed from Fate Reforged updated, and had to sink a little money into this time. The guy who curates the cube, a while back, he had made some radical changes. He kind of skimmed the line of what it means to be Pauper. And one of the things he talked about was that during the Dark in their production, that Maze of Ith was printed on the common sheet.
Right.
Yes.
So
technically, it's a common.
Technically, it's a common. So it took me a little while, but I traded up to a Maze of Ith and got that and put it in there.
I imagine if we had Maze of Ith in Pauper.
Oh my god. I would run 4 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just one. But it's still cool.
Familiars would be the only deck.
Land Destruction would come back in a big way.
Yes.
Stone Rains everywhere.
Stone Rains all over the place.
When Maze of Ith was in Standard, the only thing that contained it was that people played 4 strip mines.
Oh, strip mines and wastelands. The answers.
Oh, guess what also was printed on the common sheet?
Strip mine.
Strip mine.
Yeah, it's a common, technically.
I added one of them to my
one strip mine cube. That doesn't break the format.
Nope. Just one. It's the answer. So what you do, you draft Maze of Ith when you see it, and the strip mine when you see it.
You ate the strip mine, so you don't have to worry about it.
But I took out all of the bounce lands.
Yeah, those are going out of vogue for cubes. Yeah. Because them and the signets, because they're too easy to get off color and then ramp. Which a lot of cubes don't want happening. So...
Yeah.
That's what I've read online. I don't mean... I'm playing both in mine, but it's a 720. I need all the fixing I can cram in.
Right. That's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as far as deck updates, other than the cube update, is it unblockable? This is the Is It Blitz deck. And I modified it just a tiny bit because I like what I see. 2 things. I put in the elusive Spell Fist. Why? Because anytime you cast one of these spells over here, he gets +1 and is unblockable. Now, we can look at Magic Christmas Land, but it's not really that far off. You can have an elusive Spell Fist and Titan Strength. And when you Titan Strength it, that is a 5/4 unblockable creature. That's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that this combination is hot, and if you have Hammer Hand, put it on here. That will give you a 3.
It's a 2/3 with a Hammer Hand on it.
Nobody gets a +1, but it's a 2/4 just by itself.
Oh,
with the Hammer Hand.
Yeah,
it
is, isn't it? Wow.
It gets a +1, so he's a 3/4 unblockable. And you can make something else not able to block so that something else can get through.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think this guy right here is good. I like the Scout. I like the Hill Cutter. may actually put in Hoplite over Bloodfire Expert. Not sure yet. Just thought I'd try out the Bloodfire Expert because no one's really running it. Who knows? Maybe it's good. I just figured cast one spell and have a 4/2. Again, if you have this guy out here with Elusive Spellfist, put the Hammer Hand on Elusive. If they only have one blocker, you're getting in for a poop load of damage.
Could I suggest playing the Sages? A couple Jeskai Sages in there. They're not super aggressive, but with the prowess, right. I mean, I just love prowess.
Yeah.
And then that opens up to getting to play maybe like a couple teamer battle rages or something.
Yeah, I think Jeskai Sage is better than Bloodfire Expert.
Okay. Oh, hey. I am open to suggestions. I was just trying to look for something a little different to put in there.
No, Sage
Sage makes sense, though. And it replaces itself, which is good.
Yeah. Doesn't feel that bad when you collateral damage it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Build your own lightning bolt.
Exactly. Which I think... Hold on.
Excuse Brendan, everybody.
Oh, he's from Texas.
Yes, because only Texans cough.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including coughing fits.
Coughing fits, yes, of course. Woo! Thankfully, my New Belgium porter saved me.
Excellent. It is good for what ails ya.
It is, except ale. I'm not a big fan of ale. All right. Like I said, I didn't do too much. Added some Hammer Hand because I love this enchantment so much. It does three things. When I play it in Standard, that's right, folks, Standard.
You played it in Modern, didn't you?
And yes, I did in Modern too.
Yes.
I play it everywhere I can. It is an awesome enchantment. I don't understand why people don't play it more, but it's great and I love it. I almost took out Cruise for Anticipate, but I don't know. I only have 2, and I should be able to cast it pretty regularly for less than advertised cost. Not sure. What do you guys think?
I think 2 is a good amount. I mean, I know Dan would probably say run 6, but...
No, I was going to complain that there were only 2, but then I thought about it. And if you draw 2 Treasure Cruises in your starting hand, you would feel pretty bad.
All right.
Maybe 3, but 2 looks correct.
I think 2.
And the other 2 are there in the sideboard, so I'm kind of comforted.
I'm slowly stroking the back of Dan's head, going, "There's Treasure Cruise. There's Treasure Cruise. Don't worry about it."
They're for anti-control, just like playing Deep Analysis in your sideboard.
Yeah, like it
in Standard, in Classic Pauper. So
yeah, this was Dr. Baker's shell. I think this was the one before the last time.
Yeah, this looks great, actually.
I think so. I think it'll be good.
Oh.
So anyway, that's my update. All right, folks, it's time to talk about it again. F&M. I heard rumblings on Twitter that there was going to be some Standard Pauper played at local shops. Go ahead, send me some pictures. We'll get them published. Just promote the shop as well. I think it's a good thing for the community as a whole. I'll help out the best I can, so send them to me. Pictures, video even. We'll publish video on the YouTubes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We love it. Okay, now, last week we talked about Classic Pauper Tuesday. Let's see how things are going. I'm going to refresh the screen here. It's over?
It's over.
Oh, snap. Look at that. We did it again.
Bob
folks.
and I were talking about it a little. He watched the final. It was an all-white final. Folks.
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
Very dissimilar white weenie builds, so they're very interesting to look over. The winner actually went fairly unique. If you could pick out the unique cards here.
Armorsmith, Swordsmith.
Those are pretty unique.
Jim Palm Avenger.
Yes, and there's more.
What?
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
It's all over the place, but
Captain's
Call.
And wow.
A single
Piety Charm.
Single Piety Charm.
Target soldier gets +2/+2. Oh my god, it's soldiers, y'all. It's all soldiers.
No battle screech, no spirits.
No, it's soldiers themed. It's soldiers tribal pauper with a bunch of overlap. So,
ooh, Patrician Scorn's so good.
I mean, he won. He almost won out. Esper Familiars has to be in the Nightmare matchup.
Right.
No, I think this could beat Esper Familiars.
Skyfish. Oh, this is
still a fast aggro deck.
Yeah, this is your more traditional, right?
And there's not a single copy of Crypt Rats in the top 8.
Wow. That's where they went wrong.
Yeah, had there been Crypt Rats.
Still, you have
only this guy.
And this guy's running to Order of Levitar's main deck, which are the Pump Knights from Fallen Empires.
Wow.
The other deck.
The other deck has no protection from black from what I can remember.
Yeah, protection from black. Pump, first strike. That's a crazy card.
Both of the orders are good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever.
Oh, it's pretty big.
I mean, the thing about it is like we're used to in Pauper just having, creatures that are just good when you put them into play, and the orders you have to make better. So.
Mm-hmm. But I think the only other one that has native black protection, as far as with a 2 power, is the White Knight. But that's uncommon.
Yeah, you pretty much shift immediately to uncommon.
Interesting. That's crazy, but I love it. I have a bad case of mono fever.
Yes, Brennan has a bad case of mono, folks.
I do. Gots to have it. I have a foil Piety Charm too, if you can believe it, in real life.
Awesome. I mean, that was before the foils looked as cool as they look now.
Yeah, it was basically the Borders foil. And it has that starburst thing on the over the text.
A little swirly of foil, like, hey, it's shiny. Don't you want it?
It is shiny. Burn Boy Bingham.
Burn Boy, I watched his top 4 match. He got horrible draws. Like, sometimes Affinity beats itself. It beats itself here, so...
That's a fact. He's running only 16 lands, though. That seems dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Where are these 4...
Where is his Darksteel Citadels?
Darksteel Citadels, yeah.
I mean, he's playing...
he's running 1 Bone Splitter and just 1 Research.
Yeah, here they are. Here's his 4 vaults. Citadels.
Yeah. No, 2 flings. I mean, it's definitely a unique build. You don't see
Pyroblast, Duress.
the rest.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Prophetic Prism is a mistake in Affinity, and I keep saying that, but it's this
you just want to play Spears, like
it's so much worse than Terrarion, because you spend. Your turn 2 is so critical, and are you going to cast this? It just doesn't do anything at all. So I'm so relieved when Affinity plays this against me, because it's wow, no 4/4, yes, this stupid. Whereas Terrarion is much faster.
Mm-hmm.
And also in a Disciple of the Vault deck, do you really want? This is of course the target for Perilous Research, but do you want the Prism to stick around? You have to destroy it with the Tog to get the Disciple effect.
Right.
So I think just swapping those for Terrarians would be improvement.
Right.
Or Spheres.
Yep. Goblin tokens.
That looked interesting.
Yeah, he didn't get very good draws against his White Weenie matchup. Like, yeah, both games he ended up with a Bushwhacker in play, and that was about it. So,
oh, he was trying to go Raid Bombardment. I wonder if this is the deck for that one we were looking at earlier, the Seismic.
the Impact Tremors.
Seismic Impact Tremors.
That would be interesting.
Go back to Raid Bombardment real quick.
It is attacks.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If you had both of these in there, it has power 2 or less. Yeah.
So I mean, it triggers off of everything here, but you still have to be willing to sacrifice your creatures, which in Goblins you are. So it's not that big of a deal. So
I think Death Spark isn't very good here because you only have 20 creatures. Instead of the normal like 32 you have in Goblins.
Yeah. Right. It's because these are never going to the yard.
yeah.
And not playing the 2/2s makes Death Spark worse.
White Starfire.
It's tutorable by Goblin Matron.
Oh, okay. It's a Goblin tribal. Okay.
And this is why you have to play 21 Mountains, which seems correct if you want to play this version.
Whoa, Raise.
Yeah, classic.
I haven't seen that in forever.
It's for Tron.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It seems very, very vulnerable to Electricity.
Right. That's why he runs his own.
Yeah.
He's like, if I have a mirror match, I'm running Electricity. Oh, Den of Bears. Hey, Den.
I wonder what Den's playing.
Bushwhacker will be better than ever.
Oh, look, he did it.
Days. We critiqued him too hard. He went out and spent $60.
Oh my god.
I hope he didn't get the foil ones.
Don't get the foil ones,
I doubt he did.
But we're so proud of you.
Oh, that's
We're pretty. Yay!
It's just a fine looking deck when you look at it. It just is.
It is. It's beautiful. I love this. I love this edition of Sage.
Is that
so good.
Something that more people have done?
What, add Sage?
Yeah. Wow, Delver is the fourth deck in the meta now.
Mm-hmm.
What's number 1, 2, and 3, Dan?
Stompy Delver Fiend Affinity.
Wow.
Stompy?
Yeah, so it's the anti-Treasure Cruise.
Where's Mono Black? Is it in the top 10?
Seventh. No, it's not. Wow.
It's not top 10.
Oh, this must be some old results in this. Because Mono Black Control is getting 4-0s, but it's still number 13 in the meta. Okay, Jeskai Sage is still controversial.
Really?
Yeah. It's not the average deck. What are you cutting for it here?
I'm not sure. I am not.
Because you only have 22 creatures.
Oh, he's running more than 22 creatures. No,
Nope. He's running exactly 22.
Yeah, and the normal Delver deck is running 20, so you have one less. Oh, cutting a Ninja of the Deep Hours.
Right. Yep. And he's only running 16 lands.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 44 spells.
Yeah, I suppose you don't want to Ninja your Jeskai Sage, so Ninja gets worse. You don't want to Ninja the Delvers.
You pretty want to Ninja the Spell Setter sprites, and maybe the Spire Golems if you can cast them for smaller amounts.
For super cheap.
Yeah, which you can very soon. I don't know about the repeals. I think Snap looks a lot better.
The draw off the repeal might be the uphill of that.
But it's so slow.
It is.
With only 16 lands, you're not going to have a lot of land to send something back.
And you can't do the sort of really tempo-ish snap plays where you beat the other aggro decks with. Of course, he has the Vapor Snags instead, but...
I mean, Snap still feels stronger than both of those cards put together.
Yeah.
Snap is strong. All right, let's look at... I just looked at familiars. What about Ristic Tron?
Yeah, Bobo's been playing this.
Ristic Circle?
Yeah, because of the circle. It's a Zorius Tron. So, got the capsize lockdown plan with the heuristic circles. It's not the most interesting matches to watch, as anything with a circle that can target anything in play would be. So,
what do you do against familiars with this deck?
Snap Concede.
Fade away.
Oh,
Fade away. There you go.
Oh, Seraph of Dawn. I love it.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, Baneslayer Angel for Pauper.
That, man, we got so tired of that card during Standard Pauper. There were no answers. None for that card.
No.
Fade away. There is your...
For each creature, that creature's controller must play one or sacrifice.
This card never works for me.
It's a sorcery. It just doesn't seem like you're going to have... It's not going to really help you against Sage or Esper familiars.
Oh, it will, because familiars spew out creatures, and then you just maybe the creature's sacrifice will be insignificant at the time, but you have very few lands in familiars because you're playing the Carouse.
Yeah.
So you're gonna lose a lot of creatures to this.
Yeah. It could probably work. What is Dust to Dust? I'm just drawing a blank on it.
Double artifact.
Yeah, 2 artifacts? Yeah. Okay.
I've always loved this, and I've been proven wrong so many times that it's not very good in Pauper.
It feels like it should be really strong against Affinity. Like, super strong.
Yeah, but it's hard to cast, and by the time you get ready to do it, you face 2 Carapace Forgers.
Or it just doesn't take out Togs. I mean...
No.
Oh, well.
I've been hurt by it playing Trinket many times.
Yikes. Oh, rounding out his Obzin with Teachings. Obzin playing Teachings?
Oh.
That impossible.
Yeah, the evil Sprout Swarm kill. I love it.
It's so slow. So evil. Yeah, there it is.
Rock Slide.
Where?
Rock Slide. Second by the Scred. The one Scred.
One Scred.
I love his teachings.
Damage.
Oh, wow. Good gosh. He will never stop tinkering with this stack. That is insane. The one Cryptic Incursion. A card I definitely never want to see played again. Ever.
Huh.
Is he still splashing white out of the board?
Yes.
No, he's not. Out.
What?
There
it is. Yeah, he's got one snow-covered
Plains. Ha!
Yeah, and then one Circle of Protection red.
My God.
I think right next to his desk, Obsen has a whiteboard with all the instants in Pauper. And then he's like viewing the meta, and then this week, these instants are the correct ones. And then because he changes it constantly, and and the changes are seldom bad.
That's true.
Every once in a great while, he'll play experiment stuff. But yeah, he when I logged in, he was 3-0, so he obviously lost at the top 8 to White Weenie. So.
Well, there you have it.
Despite his main deck electricity.
Still lost to White Weenie. All right, folks. I'm afraid that brings us to the end.
No, it must never end.
I know.
Then I have to go to work.
I never want it to end.
That sucks.
Work sucks.
I have to go to sleep.
That sounds better.
Sleep is awesome.
Yeah. Dan, I think you should just stay home today.
Yeah.
Take a nap. Take a load off.
That would be
Kick
awesome.
back. You've earned it.
You evil tempter.
All right. I am. All right. MagicGatheringStrat.com is the place to be. YouTube/MagicGatheringStrat. Oh, is it a slash? It is MagicGatheringStrat on YouTube. Patreon.com. If you like what you heard, you can support us by going to MagicGatheringStrat.com. There are benefits to being a patron.
Make the leagues happen every month.
That would be awesome. So go out there and see if there's anything that appeals to you. Now, we also have Twitter at MagicGathStrat. You can contact me at Cerulean Says Hi. Hello. Sam at SPO7677. We're also on the Facebooks /MagicGatheringStrat and now on iTunes.
You know what's missing here?
What's that?
The Twitch. We have two regular streamers now streaming 4 days a week.
That is very true.
P. Rockmore,
Twitch.
playing a lot of Mono Blue Tron in Modern. Mm-hmm. And Bava playing whatever you tell him to play.
Yeah, Bava, you can go out there and challenge him.
Yeah.
Or you can request a deck. He'll play it. If he has it, he'll play it.
Fridays, 2 a.m., I think, Pacific time. For Bava stream.
2 a.m.?
p.m., sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And he does it. He'll stream on there. I usually, if I'm the only one on there, I make him play eggs. So I torture him, is what I'm doing.
We have on the Patreon, some other goals are just longer streams or more streams by Bava, but I have not yet put up me streaming on the Twitch as a goal because I get so incredibly confused by streaming.
You pay attention to comments too much.
Yes. I get distracted just by making videos and streaming it. It takes it to the next level.
It's total interaction.
Yeah, I can sit there with a counter spell and the opponent casts something and I check a comment and then I F6 or something. Wait, I should have counted that.
That is unfortunate.
Yes, that's why I'm not streaming.
All right, folks. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. So, for the Magic Gathering Strat Show, I am Brennon.
I'm Sam.
I'm Dan.
And this has been Magic Gathering Strat Show.
Magicgatheringstrat.
Oh my god, what was that?